Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. It's been a few days since I've last recorded an episode for Arena, so I thought I'd do it again tonight. Have a few hours, so let's get going. We've been working through Historic lately. My third Historic deck that I'd like to show off, let's see, is Legendary Bard. I've seen this played before by other players, and they have a different build, which I think is probably better than mine. But as I said a few videos ago, I like the characters from Lord of the Rings, and I like how they kind of work together through this deck. So I've been playing some of those instead. It's almost essential that you get Bard class though in order for this deck to be successful. It can win without it, excuse me, but the win rate's really low. So probably like 10 or 15%. But if you get Bard class going and they don't kill it, the win rate's really high. So it's it's an all or nothing basically. So we play one Cinderclasm just for kind of like a quick elf or goblin if we're against an elf or goblin deck. Mox Amber is really nice because we play a lot of legendary creatures. If you've never seen Bard class before, legendary creatures you control enter with an additional +1/+1 counter on them, and if you level this up to level 2, they cost 1 mountain and 1 forest less to cast. And then if you level it up again for level 3 for 5, whenever you cast a legendary spell, exile the top 2 cards of your library and you play them this turn. That just goes off. Once you get to level 5 and you basically win. It's a really high percentage chance of it happening. Normally, you can only... If you get it to level 2, you have a decent chance of winning. Friendly Rivalry. This is just another green-red kind of kill spell. Ajar, Loyal Bodyguard. Of course, he comes out for free if you get it up to level 2. This is for a mill deck, basically. That's because I was at one point in time, I was going against a lot of mill decks, so I was like, oh, I found one. So I play this just in case. Frodo, which is actually a pretty cool spell, or a pretty cool creature with this deck, even though it casts white. As you can see, I'm using Naya in this build. Redain, people don't normally read this card, so especially whenever you play it in the Valkmira Protector Shield part. Often, since they don't read it, you can get away with a lot of things. Just to read it over a little bit, the legendary artifact side, if a source an opponent controls would deal damage to you or an opponent or a permanent you control, prevent 1 of that damage. Whenever you or another permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 1. Which is pretty nice. Essica, if you can get this to the Prismatic Bridge side, it's glorious. And I can because I use... what's it called? World Tree. It happens every once in a while. Virus, he was in my last deck too. Domri, great. Only ends up costing 1 if you can get it to Bard class at level 2. Kalathis, again, only costs 1 if you can get Bard class to level 2. Miglaws, I use him a lot for destroying artifacts and artifacts and enchantments. Zvela, you don't see this very often, but it's a pretty cool card, and if you can get him to stick around for a while, or her, I guess, you can basically cast some pretty cool spells for nothing and create mana, snow artifact tokens, icy manaliths. Aragorn, this can go off with Arwen, which is pretty cool. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on Aragorn, put 1 of those kinds of counters on up to 1 other target creature. So whenever you get some kind, or how do I do it? When Arwen removes an indestructible counter from Arwen, another target creature gains indestructible end of turn. It doesn't get a counter though. Put a +1/+1 counter and lifelink counter on that creature. So whenever Aragorn gets those counters, you can put those on something else, which is pretty sweet. And Aragorn goes off pretty well. Kutzil, Malamet, Exemplar, Settled. I always almost always play one Settle the Wreckage. Eliwick, another cool card. Nylea, often too expensive and not enough time in Historic to actually play Nylea, but it's out there anyway. Questing Beast, great card against Planeswalker decks. Radagast the Brown, another really cool underrated card, I think. Toski, somehow they always have some kind of exile card to get rid of Toski. Domri, Chaos Bringer. Another good card. There's a lot of creatures in this deck, so it's a good +1 for a creature deck. Alana and Elena. You end up only casting this for 2 if you get Bard class up to level 2, and you get a +1/+1 counter on it right away. So it's a 3/4, and since you're putting counters where Helana and Helena's power is, it ends up being really cool. Eowyn, in case you're playing against some deck where they're just throwing out these huge creatures, it just exiles them. It doesn't even exile them to Eowyn. They just go away, which is pretty sweet. I love Vivian Reed, probably my favorite Planeswalker of all time, at least this one, so I usually play it. Quintorius Canned goes beautifully with Bard class. If you can get both of them out at the same time, whenever you cast a spell from exile, which is what happens with Bard class, Quintorius Canned deals 2 damage to each opponent, you gain 2 life. That just, you can deal like 10 damage to them in 1 turn just from that ability. 1 Great Henge. And then a bunch of lands. Oh, this Tyrite Sanctum is really good with an legendary creature deck too. So I play 3 of these. Again, a lot of times the opponent doesn't read all of your lands. I've done the same thing before on certain cards. But basically you can make one of your legendary creatures a god. And then if you already have a god out there, you can sacrifice this land for 4 and put an indestructible counter on target god, which is pretty sweet. All right, well, let's get started. Let's give this a chance. Now, this is probably, out of all of the historic decks that I play, this is probably the one that is least likely to win most often, just because like I said, unless you have Bard class out, the chance of winning is low. But we'll play through it and see what happens. I think I'm losing my voice, by the way, so I apologize. It's been a rough weekend. And I'm so sick of winter. It's supposed to get up to like almost 60 degrees this week in Pennsylvania on Tuesday, and then by the time Thursday comes around, it's going to get back into freezing. See, we have a Bard class, and we go first. We don't have the right lands, though, at all. We can't cast anything. Let's try again. Alright, we'll keep this. We'll get rid of Friendly Rivalry. You get Colossus down early, it does pretty well. Alright. Yeah, it's an Eldrazi deck. Most likely they're going to win by like turn 4. But we'll try it anyway. Let's get R1 down. Nothing for Colossus to take yet. Out of their graveyard or our graveyard. They always have what they need. They'll just go off on these decks. We drew a land, which is good. We could Domri. I think we should Domri. Next turn we can bring out Quintorius Canned. We'll go on green here. I don't think he can take out Domri next turn. I don't think. That's why I'm playing it now. As long as I keep R1 back, I should be okay.
Let's see some panic in the streets. little pick-me-up before the real fun begins.
And if I do draw a land, and I have Domri left, then I can play Colossus and Kutzil at the same time. The same turn. Okay. Ooh. Oh, good. Okay. Let's draw a land here. Thank you. So the question is, do we play this? I think we need more creatures, right? Well, we're going to have more creatures here. Is that enough for Colossus to come out? There's 3 out there right now. 4, 5, 6. Not quite. We make a 3-2 here. We could discover 4. I think we're going to play. Get green. Play Kutzil. We want to counter. No attacks. Okay. I have to get to 8 in order to do the emblem. That's just annoying, pinging me for 1. We're just lucky he's not pulling his big Eldrauzis. He or she. Orange Elmis. Yeah, I'm not really worried about those. She attack with everything. Okay, well.
You having a laugh?
Oh, well, okay. Take that, please. Thank you. We do -3 here. We need creatures, for certain. You know what? Let's see what we get. We're gonna discover 4 here. See what happens. Probably nothing good. We will have Colossus come out, which is good.
These relics are priceless. I won't let you damage them.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll take a questing piece. Thanks, man. We're gonna -3 here. I know we can't block, but
Everything's in the right place.
we need creatures. You could block him. I kill him. I just need bodies, right? Yeah, I just need bodies. Yeah. I was expecting the huge 30-30 Eldrauzis to come out. Is he just here to ping me to death? I think I'm gonna win that battle. Maybe I shouldn't have said that so soon, huh? What's making the 1/1s here? What's making the 1/1s? That one. Both of these are just really annoying. Good game. Yeah, I don't know this deck very well. That's obvious, huh? You going face? You're going face. Okay. Okay, let's see. We'll take a chromatic star. Right. Yeah, he's not even attacking. He's just gonna ping me to death. So I need something to kill. I'm gonna take a red, and I'm gonna do Quintorius Rand, and I'm gonna try to kill those glaring flesh rakers. There's 3 of them out there now. I don't know if I have anything that actually kills them. We'll see. Nope. Yeah, this game's probably over. Alright. I think we're gonna attack Questing Beast and Arwen. Gain some life. Alright, so what we're gonna do... I think it'll gain 6 life? 8 life. Up to 14. That's nice. Probably weren't expecting that. And they do 14 of pinging me. They have 3 of them, so probably. This is so annoying. This is so annoying. Come on. How many cards are they down? They're not even halfway through their deck. They drew 3 of them within the first 20 cards. Yeah, whatever. Keep going. Keep going. You got me. Oh, he's gonna attack for the win? No, he's gonna kill me. There we go. Okay, good. That was just annoying. Some historic decks are just like... I don't know. They remind me of red decks. Sorry. Red mages. It's just... there's no fun in the game whenever I play stuff like that. I like things interesting, and whenever it's the same thing all the time... it just gets boring. It gets very boring. So anyway, here's a story. I'm playing in a D&D 3.5 campaign. I have a paladin who's a level 11 now. Here we go. I have the bard class, and I have the right lands. Can't cast it on my turn 2 yet. So oh my god! Of course, bard class is gone. of course. Anyway, so I have a paladin, just turned to level 11. It's got a heavy warhorse, which is really cool. It's all pumped up. It's got like 85 hit points or something. It's really cool horse. And we fought a... oh, I also have a Holy Avenger, but it's not like maxed out. So my DM gave me one that's kind of scaled down, and as I gain levels, it'll eventually become a full-fledged Holy Avenger, and that'll be level 15. So at level right now it's a level 3 or a +3, and then next level it will be when I hit level 12 it'll be a +4. And so I don't like to... Each player discards all the cards in here and then draw that many cards +1. Does that just kill me? Oh no, he's just creating tokens. Okay. Okay, you want Helena and Helena? Actually, Vivian Reed might be better. Because I get rid of your waste knot. Okay, so I'm not really worried about them. I have to get this pumped up, and I can still play Helena. He probably has removal. That's okay. So anyway, where was I? My paladin. So we fought a white dragon last night. 2 white dragons, actually. They're large white dragons, and 3.5. Large isn't that terrible, but the DM played them well, and they flew around their cavern, their home a lot, and I didn't have a way of getting to them. Like, I didn't have a way of attacking them. Unless I wanted to, like, draw my bow. And that's just... When I have a Holy Avenger, I don't want to draw my bow. It's like, I just don't want to do that. Just... Anyway. So... Okay, if I play the Bard class here, or if I play the Sunpetal Grove, I can level this up to 5. And I might lose the World Tree, but that's okay. Anyway, so I didn't do any damage to either white dragon throughout the entire battle. Like everyone in my my group, you know, did 300 points of damage the entire time or something. Hey, this is good. Actually, Mox Amber is the perfect draw here. Okay, Questing Beast. Okay. Arwen. Lothis. Ajar. See how this just goes off once you get to level 5? It's pretty sweet. Okay. Good luck with that. And I want to keep all of my cards in my hand, I think. I don't want to, like... Well, let's attack with the Questing Beast. Do you want to block? Sheldred. Shelly. So I didn't do any damage the entire battle. And I have my horse out. I actually have an alt character too. It's a rogue wizard, and he does a lot of shooting his bow type stuff, and he didn't hit at all either. So the entire battle... What are you doing here? Okay. Oh, great. Nice. Well, I got to show off Bard class. Just getting these weird combos, like... Anyway. So anyway, we were successful. Nobody died. We took out 2 They were a mated pair of white dragons, large white dragons. I guess they're considered adult. One was adult and one was young adult. We had a group of like 6 players or something like that, so it took us a while. Actually, my rogue wizard went down with like -1 hit points, but everyone survived. So now we have a druid in the group, and he really wants the dragon scales to make some armor. So we're gonna hook him up, make some breastplate. Here we go. We have bard class again. 2 of them, in fact. It was a pretty fun night. That was last night. So we're the adventure that we're playing right now is, what's it called? Into the Giants? Is that what it's called? Something the Giants? It was originally an AD&D module, or a basic module, I don't remember. What's that thing do again? Learn, yeah. And there's a conversion for 3.5, so that's what the DM's running with. So the Giants, we've already killed all the hill giants, and we're killing the frost giants now. Okay, I have to get this. Question is, do I put out another one? And do I play Eliwick right now? He's gonna play. Is he? Can't play that yet. Yeah, we want to level this up as quickly as possible. Play Aragorn. We're gonna save the Mox Amber for next turn. That'll be our first 0 level spell. When you only have 5 mana and you're actually leveling this up and you play something for 0, oftentimes you can't play what you're actually exiling. So I think I'm going to wait 1 turn. Play Eliwick. Actually, can I still play Eliwick? Yes. Dungeons are fun. That's why I'm playing Eliwick. And yeah, I think I'll play Cinderclasm. I'll keep it. And sure, I'll attack. Go ahead and learn. I think he's missing mountains, so probably gonna get a mountain here. Okay. Guess you're not missing it that much. You can't play it this turn. Oops. Okay, so now I think we're going to create a treasure token. We're gonna go level 5. Now, one thing I've done before is put 2 bard classes at level 5. You don't want to do that. You can deck yourself pretty easily. Good. So I can play the... Well, let's play Zvela first. See what other things we draw. And I think we're going to level this up. Level 2. Take a Field of Ruin. And that costs 3. No, we can't level that up to level 2. Another right mana. Each creature with mana value of the chosen quality. Okay. What do you say? Odd, I bet. Odd? That's odd. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that world tree next turn, I think. Eliwood's a nice card here. I can... Sure, I can discard a card. I think I'm going to discard Cinderclasm. He's playing Croxa. Okay, I don't need to -1. Adventure in a dungeon.
Who's ready for adventure?
Play a henge. And we'll... It's instant. I think we'll play the other bard class. No. I think I'm going to Field of Ruin is what I'm going to do. Okay. We'll end the turn. So anyway, I spent the day while I was watching my daughter on my phone and on the computer trying to figure out how to make, well, since I really want to use my Holy Avenger,
Well, this part isn't
how to make my... Which way do I want to kill here? Let's get that.
When the fight's over, I have some questions for
How to make my Warhorse fly.
you. Tell your story.
And the simple answer from a lot of people was just get a flying mount.
Ready for another exciting expedition.
But the thing is with flying mounts, it takes -4 levels away from your paladin. Let's do this now. Oh, I almost didn't take Crocs on time. Ugh, that would have been a mistake. Keep plussing.
Go on. Tell your story. My notes.
So, yeah, so the answer to the question is there's a feat, I think, that you can get. This guy just likes killing stuff, exiling stuff.
Never go it alone. Go on. Tell your story.
That gives your mount flight. I forget what it's called. I have to look again.
Knowledge is power.
I'm gonna be killing Boseiju for sure. And then you can just get like magic weapon, like winged boots, or there wasn't winged boots. There was another one,
We can all learn from the past.
a cloak of flying or something like that. So basically, I just thought of that, making like some type of horse blanket, cloak of flying, I think is what it's called. And oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so we can exile target cards from your graveyard. How many cards do I have? None, because he exiled all of our graveyards. Okay. So I'm gonna -3. Okay.
Some mysteries beg to be solved. Our answer is lost.
All right. I think that's the answer. It would be cool to like have a dragon mount or something. I'm not trying to like go all OP on my character build. I just want to have fun with it. I want it to be interesting. I want to roleplay something cool. I'm at the age of my D&D career. I've been playing since the late 80s. That I just want to have fun with some friends, and I'm not really out to have the biggest, you know, the craziest build in the world. So I just want something cool and interesting, and that's kind of cool and interesting. Really? Okay. Got some treasure token creation for something. Okay, we'll kill you, and we'll kill one of you.
Now I'm history.
Hey, that's mine. That was probably mine too. That Quintorius was probably mine. Stealing my stuff. This is now a god. Just gotta remember not to cast spells during my turn. I can't cast them anyway, so. So, this is what I'm gonna do. Wait, 7. So if I attack here, he can come back with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. He can kill me. I can give him Vigilance and Menace. And I'll do that to start with. Okay.
Time for an expedient egress. More scholars are fighting. Won't that
Alright. Still can't block the flyers, which sucks. This is a really fun campaign. I like playing the older modules. Kind of converted to 3.5. Yeah, it makes it really interesting. Give some kind of win con for treasures. He's just like stealing my cards. That's probably it. See here, okay, this is gonna help. What else does this say? Okay. I'm gonna exile one of those dragons. Protection from red. So that's 10, 13. I wish I could get rid of him too, because they can't block. Let's see what he does here. Okay. Take 7. I'm okay with that. And I'll save one of my Tyrites, my pluses, my Tyrite Sanctums in case he wipes the board or something. Like that. should have attacked first. Got all excited. We've all been guilty of that, but got all excited. Oh, I can just go everything. He'll never guess what I'm gonna do. Okay. I think I just win here. Oops, I gotta do this. Whew. I almost didn't win. There we go. Alright. We kind of had Bard class for a while there until he exiled everything a couple times. But we got a win. Anyway, I think that's where I'll stop it for the night. I like talking about D&D. I was thinking about it today. I think I'm going to make some more YouTube videos on D&D. Not builds per se, but rules. Because it's... I had an example today where I was spending a bunch of time searching the internet and forums. Some of them are 10 years old about, you know, different rule sets and whatever I could do here. And it would be nice to have everything in kind of one place. Like, what are all the options for a paladin mount? Or, you know, maybe go through every class. What are the different spells for certain classes? What are the different druid ways, shape changing and stuff like that. There's just so much content that could be put out there, and I know a lot of it already. I've been playing D&D 3.5 since it came out. Well, 3.0 since it came out, and then we moved to 3.5 when it came out, which is a much better version, by the way. Ranger was unplayable in 3.0, and they fixed that in 3.5, and they fixed a couple other small things too. But 3.5 is just an excellent addition. And I'll probably say this later on in the videos if I actually make that content, but the reason I like 3.5 so much is because it's in between AD&D and 5th edition. And I don't know what progressed exactly, but in AD&D, you were very limited on how you could build out your character. You were a fighter, and that's all you did. There weren't feats, there weren't anything to customize your character per se. You just played your character. Now, the DMG was cool. You know, the different magic items you could get in the DMG were fun, and that kind of customized your character a little bit. But it was just so static, really, is what it came down to. It was kind of boring after a while. It's boring in the fact that your character was boring. Now, if the DM was interesting, that could make the role-playing fun, and just being around your friends and running through the dungeons fun. But still, you're just very limited to what you can do once you start, you know, killing stuff or even, you know, trying to do things. And then when you get to 3.5, they added feats. Well, there's 2nd edition, of course, too. When you get to 3.5, they added feats, customizations, prestige classes. You can play a paladin like 10 different ways now, which is pretty cool. I like that you have the options. You know, all the classes are like that. I like that you have the options of customizing. A wizard isn't just a wizard anymore. A fighter isn't just a fighter. You could be a swashbuckler. You can be a necromancer. You know, specialize in different areas. So there's a lot more to it than that as well. There's a lot more to 3.5 than that, of course. The rules are very very specific too. That's one problem that we had. We actually played with AD&D before we moved into 3.5. We basically converted our characters over to 3.5 like a year ago, or maybe 6 months ago. I don't remember. Anyway, with AD&D, we're always looking up rules because there's inconsistencies. You'd be like, okay, I'm trying to do this, but I don't know how to do this. And the DMG, which is cool and nostalgic, the information is all over the place. So with 3.5, it's there. Like, you can just look it up and you know off the top of your, you know, you can just do a quick search online or whatever, and the instructions are there, and they're very specific about all the different cases that might happen with a certain spell or with a certain ability or whatever. It's much easier. The rule set's much easier. Now, the 5th edition, I had fun with it. I played that. I bought a lot of books for it. There's a lot of content for 5th edition. I did buy the new player's handbook that just came out recently. I haven't bought the other books for the 5.5 or whatever you want to call it now. 2024 5th edition? I don't know. But we ran through some modules, and it was fun. But it's more of a hero type. It reminds me a lot of, you know, you're basically, and you're always supposed to be heroes, I guess. But this is going to the extreme. Some characters at very low levels can do a bunch of damage, and there's a lot of min-maxing going on, and you don't really even have to try to do min-maxing. It just kind of happens. And to me, that's kind of like, that's not fun. I want that in between. I want the experience of being able to customize my character to make it more interesting for role playing, but I also don't want to do 200 points of damage, or, you know, I'm exaggerating. I don't want to do that much damage in one turn. And they also had the challenge ratings were all screwed up in 5th edition. It was just so weird. Just so different than all the other editions that we played. And I completely skipped 4th edition, I know, but there's a reason for that. Some people like it. I did not. We'll just keep it at that. Anyway, we'll stop it there. That's about 6 minutes of D&D content at the end of my Magic the Gathering Arena video. So I hope everyone had a great night, and I hope you liked my video tonight. Bard class deck isn't that great, although there's other builds out there, and I highly recommend probably using those over mine. Mine's just more fun. So anyway, thanks a lot. Have a great evening.